Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's Worlds 2024 matchup.
Thanks to support. Like, Nautilus wants to try and hook Keria out of the Zenith Blade and set them up, but we'll have to see how they're going to try and play that one out.
That was an interesting cover. They were kind of expecting a little delayed invade there.
Oh, Mickey, Keria is there. Mickey tries to dredge line away. The charm moots him in place, and I don't think Mickey needs to burn the flash here. He knows he's done for. First blood to T1.
And I really think G2, because they know that they were able to sweep out Mickey's ward, and he's got a path towards Caps.
Caps been trying to pressure Faker in the mid lane. In comes Ona, just wide. Caps able to sidestep it, but might have to burn the flash to get away from the charm. It misses too. Caps with the fancy feet.
So smart from him. Dodging around Owner's positioning. Already, you know, Yike was able to steal away top Scuttle Crab because of the mid lane gank. And now Caps just has to hover down to the bottom side.
Faker, Charm Flash, always a possibility. Caps gets Charm, Jike's on his way as well. There's the edge of Ishtal, but doesn't get the stun into the wall. Faker forced low. Ona walking away as well. Caps didn't burn anything again, and the gank is low HP.
And it's a really nice job here in the early stages from Yike. He gets the top crab, immediately move bot, gets bot one, covers there on the mid play for Caps too. And now you're in a position where you've a bit of a nice 8 CS lead for yourself. But
Zenith played in. Kemi's going to have to flash away. Hans Summer, one more adoration for Hans Summer on his Draven.
Draven cashes in!
The F-sword start in this bottom lane.
And then there's the swap for Grubs immediately. Duo lane going up towards the top side. Broken Blade wants to try and push a little bit first.
I mean, Zeus has Flash, has the explosive cast. Hans has both his summoners as well, but Hans Summer continues to put axes into the back of Zeus. The cleanse away from Hans, flashes forward. Zeus flashes away, will get the slow with the cask. Hans now in the middle of the minions, doesn't have a ward to place. Zeus can open up and Zeus finds it. A solo kill for the Gragas. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a hook's gonna land onto Ona. Broken Blade looking for the stun, root goes down. As Yike, Mickey, and Broken Blade disengage. A classical exchange, Grubs for Drake. As you say, G2 did a good job of getting the prio in the top lane to make sure the Grubs were a safe bet, but T1 will happily accept a Cloud Drake for themselves. Most of the action has been around our bot laners so far, but perhaps Zeus here, no flash, does have the explosive cast coming back off cooldown in a second, and as soon as you see Keria, you call off this dive.
Good read from both Keria and G2, spotting that Keria was up there. Broken Blade now trying to force Owner away, but I think 5 seconds now on the Void Grubs, and you've got push in top, you'd push in bot, so Broken Blade gets the plates, and you're in position as G2 first. I think T1 have fumbled this a little bit.
G2 will start up the Grubs. T1 are looking for a Barney. They're looking for a fight here. Mickey looking for that hook. Owner stepping forward, eats an axe. Caps and Mickey standing around the side. Caps low mana. They go into Keria. Paranoia. There's the shockwave as well. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Broken Blade's going to look to try and keep Zeus around. One already over as Yike kills off Keria. Owner's killed Caps though. And now Yike has to run from Faker and Gumayushi. Owner so low in the pit. He gets 2. Hans Summer will answer with 1. Cleanses away, but he's not going to be able to get too much more here. He can get a second. Gumayushi able to win out the fight in the end. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, much ado about nothing.
Oh man, it seems like Keria is getting
set up towards the top side, TPing away from bot as well. Broken Blade giving up the ghost on that tower. Zeus going to get hooked in here. Still has the explosive cast and the flash. It's more Mickey acting as a distraction as G2 try and rattle their way through this tower. They'll take the second turret of the game, and they continue to push forward here. 5 Grubs helping them out quite a lot in taking these towers quickly.
Yeah, and the price, of course, that they are going to pay is not only the push on the opposite side, but the Dragon number 2 here for T1, which Owner is able to clean up. Faker does not have teleport.
Already used. Zeus caught out with the counter-strike though, and Zeus is met with the whirling death. The curtains open, Hans Summer so low, but Broken Blade can tank that up well enough as G2 managed to escape with a kill. Caps is looking for a little bit more though. Gumayushi has the flash, has the barrier, and I think G2 realize they can't really dive this.
Yeah, but look at the bot side. Faker's completely pushing in. Gumayushi's still looking for more. Broken Blade gonna have to place a ward so we can hop on out of there. There it is.
A lot of options for themselves. Looks like they're gonna try and fight G2 off of this bottom quadrant of the map.
Saw this not work out for DK yesterday. We'll see if T1 have a better affair as there's to suppress immediately. They lock them in. The shotgun coming out as well as Broken Blade tries to survive. The tower will dive, but Caps is low. Faker diving forward, the paranoia on him, and Mickey's going to be the first to fall. G2 all hail the retreat. Try to get the hell out of here because T1 are hungry for blood. Faker will find another as T1 find 2 in the bot lane die.
T1 read G2 perfectly. Faker had already moved in towards this bottom side, and the second Broken Blade leap striked in, Zeus was like, you're all mine. The cask into the blowback and immediately kill him afterwards. Great stuff by T1.
This Zeus Gragas that he has pulled out here looks like he's going to even further improve on his win rate with this champion with how he's playing. He's just been...
TP behind. Faker doesn't have Flash, doesn't have Spirit Rush. Carrier's going to try and keep Caps busy. Ona comes across the wall with the edge of Ishtal. Will get himself to the Blast Cone in time. Faker's still trying to retreat down towards the bottom side, but he'll get out as well. And all the meanwhile, Zeus just TPs the top lane and takes another tower.
I think the next thing you have to look to for G2 is your really decent amount of gold. They still do have a lot of territory to work with now. And if Yike can get one more level, you actually get a nice range boost on your ultimate, but...
Solar Flare. Yike puts up the Shroud. In goes the Stinger, and down onto the backline goes Yike. Looking for that paranoia. Mickey knocked in as well. Gumayushi has to flash away. The Whirling Death coming out from Hansama. And Faker's on the flank. Carrier chased out by Broken Blade. There'll be one. Faker trying to get onto Hansama as well. Lands the charm. Ona's there to help. The cleanse from Hans is not enough. And now it's a 3v4. T1 advancing again. Gumayushi was able to escape. Faker has another Spirit Rush. The charm goes wide. Yike and Caps alongside Broken Blade able to keep on to their lives right now. Zeus, though, can look for more. Broken Blade stepping forward into the darkness. Rift Tower pushed in the mid lane. That's going to take the tower, and it's only a Chemdrake. The T1 really care too much about it. G2 realize they can't fight around it anymore, and they'll back towards the bot lane.
The cask again from Zeus, splitting up that fight perfectly in favor of T1. It looks a little dicey.
Especially because, you know, Dagda's mentioning Faker's build, and Faker's build not only is it very burst heavy, but it's also very far ahead. Oh, never mind.
Into the Shockwave, they look for Gumayushi. He doesn't have the flash, and they will find him. Another hook's going to land onto Ona as the chase continues. Zeus coming in with the explosive cast, though, and G2 have to be careful because TP coming in from Faker. Mickey dodges away from the explosive cast, pulls Carrier in. The charm goes wide. Unsummer still cleanses just in case. T1 lose one, it's only Guma down.
Mickey. He's incredibly close to that, so they might have that small advantage when it comes towards the AD carries. Even the 2 items just can be completed for Caps means he's quite dangerous when it comes to that Nocturne Orianna combo.
Solar Flare onto Caps. Faker going in with the charm, only hits onto Mickey. Cut and Call coming out as well. There's the Impale, and Mickey's just dragged in a double counter strike into the Shockwave though, and Faker is down. Explosive cast will separate Caps and Hansama from the fight. Zeus on that front line, 3 items strong, and he's trying to use them to their full effect. Ona down to about half HP. Zeus low as well. Hansama trying to open up on Gumayushi, who still has the flash. In the end, a support for mid lane trade.
What a pick from T1 on towards Mickey. The fact that he managed to get him out of the fight means there's very little setup. Doesn't even get to use the ultimate to try and set up, and T1 then get to continue marching forward. It is one back on towards Faker, and G2 feeling they have the damage to fight this.
G2 with no ultimates. Broken Blade dashing in here, jumping across that wall. Ona they're trying to smite the Drake. Would be soul for them. Counter strike from Broken Blade. Here comes Zeus. Flash, Zenith Blade. They look for the engage onto Hansama, who has to flash away himself. Caps is down to half HP. Broken Blade jumps across the pit. And now Mickey's here to bolster the defenses. Faker on his way back doesn't have the teleport. The Drake secured Chem Soul. Now for T1, G2 begin to back away from the fight, realize they don't really want any more of this action. Yike slowed up though, a hook goes down, only onto Ona. Caps knocked back! Zeus finds him! And now Yike's running for the hills, locked up with a captive audience. Yike down 2. It's a Baron on the cards for T1.
G2 took the most dangerous route out of that fight, and T1 were happy to collapse. They're going to be able to move over towards the Baron. I don't think he can go for this as a contest here for G2. Mickey, yes, has the ultimate available, but it's 5 members of T1, and Faker is fishing for the charm.
Hans has the Whirling Death, maybe looking for a steal across the wall. Faker back. There's a little bit of vision here for G2. That wall just outside of the pit, giving them a sense of what's going on inside it. Broken Blade looking for the flank. No flash on him, but does have that Grandmaster's Might. Mickey looking for the engage, but realizes pretty sharpish that he can't go for it. Still charmed up. Spirit Rush forward by Faker. There's the curtain calls as well, and it's curtains for Mickey. Carrier takes him. And T1 take the Baron. They are in firm control of the game as Hansama's overstepped 2. Hansama's down 2. T1 6k ahead, a soul, a Baron, and maybe more of his Broken Blade's charmed. And T1 continue to collapse. The jump away from Broken Blade will keep them safe for a moment, but T1 are knocking on the door.
Dude, Zeus is just the GOAT.
He's MVP, holy moly.
He is such a playmaker. You think of the God of Lightning with him, but, you know, God of the Cakes in this game. Really, really impressive. Game number 1 here so far for T1, and after the Baron push, already taking mid inhibitor. They have so much money to spend. You have to think it's going to be a quick reset for them and right back out to pushing.
They have so much money and so much time. Still 2 minutes left on that Red Bull Baron power play. They've already got 3.5k off it. Mickey contributing to the Nautilus Death Thund. Misses the hook as Carrier goes wide with the Zenith Blade 2. Mickey has to flash away. It's another engage tool lost for G2.
I mean, it was nearly another death for Mickey. Nearly going to be 0-8 in this game, but G2 now starting to push out. T1 did stick around a little bit long, so maybe G2, if Faker separated field, they have a chance to go in, but I think it's still incredibly difficult because, honestly, that's only a flank angle for Faker.
Very small window there to engage. They did have a little bit of vision. A TP coming in. Zeus will be the one on the front line, Faker will be the one on the back, but Zeus immediately locked up. You can see how much damage he can tank. Faker going in with the charm, it goes wide. Zeus almost falls to the whirling, death survives, and he still has the locket. Faker dodges away from the hook, Zeus going back in, and there's your contribution. Mickey falls, the shockwave from Caps. All it can do is buy him a second to wait. The flash charm from Faker. It's all done, it's all over, but the Nexus falling. T1 are gonna go 1-0 up.
Zeus can do no wrong. TP's in to what should have been his death, but instead it's T1 killing G2 and taking game number 1.
T1 may have limped through summer, but this is Worlds, and they are here to stay.
Broken Blade and Yike trying to do anything, but they still have the Impale, the suppression afterwards with the Edge of Ishtar, the chase onto Yike, the explosive cask, and as you say, Zeus godly with his placements today. The Nexus towers fall, and T1 will go 1 game away from Paris and quarterfinals. Mickey gets a kill.
Worth.
These were the best highlights from today's Worlds 2024 matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.